Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be doing a review of the Huiying Toys GW008 Mini Skull, as you can see here. And now it doesn't actually say Huiying Toys, anywhere on the box. It says Global Drone up here. Maybe that's for the GW part, but actually, since this transmitter is exactly the same as the HY853 transmitter, and also the instruction manual is the exact same one that comes with all the other ones, and they're on the exact same protocol. And I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but up in here it does say, if it'll focus, right, as you can see right there, it says HY853. So the Huiying Toys HY853 board is in this. So it's pretty much, it's a Huiying Toys brand product, and that's right away a good indication that this thing is totally awesome. This is definitely, it's a little bit bigger than Nano. Here's a CX10 style one. So as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger, but it's still not a micro, so it's kind of in between Nano and micro, but this thing is just super awesome. It's definitely probably my favorite in this class, and just, it's so awesome. Now the box it comes with is pretty nice here, and it has a lid with a viewing thing there, and then a Velcro dot there, so that's pretty nice. The case comes with a USB charging cable, pretty standard, except this one has a reverse plug instead of, like, because the battery is removable. But you need to be aware that this is a reverse polarity charger, so do not try and mix this. Do not try and use this on any other batteries or use any other ones on this. So be aware of that. Do not mix them, because this is reverse polarity, such as the JJRC H20. So you have to keep this stuff with this, so maybe write it on a marker or something. And then here is the battery. It is a 3.7 volt, 150 milliamp hour battery. And the plug here, as you can see, just make sure that it is reverse polarity, so you have to be aware of that. And one thing that I found nice is, since you're going to be removing it and stuff a lot, and you're going to be using the wire, they actually made it quite a bit thick wire, and it's actually silicone wire. So that's pretty nice that they did that. It comes with a bag of spare props. You can have a full set there, and you have a screwdriver. And then obviously here is the transmitter, pretty much the same as the other Huiying Toys ones. And now the quad here on the prop guard is actually really nice. It has quite a bit of clearance all around. It will bounce off and sometimes cause it to crash, but it's just a really nice prop guard. And it does have little foam feet under it, as you can see there, so really nice soft landing. And the prop guard is easily removable, and it does protect a little bit against the ceiling, but not much. And it is easily removable. There's just a little latching system, as you can see, if it'll focus right there. There's a little latch thing that you just pull the latch off, and then there's two pins that slide into the body. So very easy, no screws there, that's always good. And then here's the quad without it. As you can see, it has a little skull face up there. And those two things, those panels, the eyes right there are LEDs, so that's really cool. And then the bottom here, we have LED panels across the entire arm, so that's awesome. You have red, or yeah, I think it's either red in the front and orange in the back, or that might be orange and yellow. I can't really remember because it's kind of hard to tell. Let me plug it in real quick. Okay. So actually, I think all the LEDs are white, and they just change color shining through the panels. So as you can see here, the eyes are lit up there. Pretty nice. That looks cool. And then underneath you have the panels, and now they don't show up too well in this bright light, but as you can see there's the 4 LEDs going through the panels, so that's really cool. Nano with panels is awesome. The manual that it comes with isn't very good. It's just because it's, not only is it not specifically for this model, but this manual is for all 4 of these, so it's kind of just a mix-up of information, and I wouldn't even really look in there. Now the USB charging cable takes about 40 minutes to charge a battery, so kind of slow charge. However, flight times with this thing are really high, surprisingly. With the prop guard on, I've been getting about 6.5 minute flights, and with the prop guard off, as you see it here, I've been getting 7.5 minute flights. So that's really crazy long flight time for something small on a 150 milliamp hour battery, when I felt it was actually kind of heavy. So these props must be like super efficient. They're kind of like a flat fan bladed type, but I don't know, but this thing's awesome. And I've measured it after I've flown it and let it come back up, and it doesn't even drain it that far, maybe like to 3.6 volts, so it's not even taking it down to like 3.2, so that's great. Let's see, and now this entire package is only $16, which makes it even more awesome, because this is like definitely my favorite. On the remote here, one thing I want to point out, the trim buttons, as you can see here, they're marked forward and backwards and left and right up here. However, those are actually backwards. The printing's messed up because I noticed that if you press this one, which it says should be forward, which should be forward that way, it's actually, this is right trim, and this is left trim in terms of pitch and roll. And then over here is forward trim, and back on the right side is, let's see, forward and backwards trim. So that's really weird how those are mixed up, since the HY853 transmitter is the same thing. It's just they have them right on there. The transmitter's kind of got a suede plastic feel. It feels pretty nice, and the sticks are pretty nice. They do pull off, so you could get stick extensions, and they're also not too bad for a pincher because they're kind of high up. Not the best, but they're okay. And then down here you have your left and right yaw trim. It says rotation trim there. That's marked correctly. Then over here you have your flip key, so you press that and it'll beep, and then you give input and it'll do a flip in that direction. And then you have your fast and slow, and it has 3 rates, low, medium, and high. The yaw does not change, however it's a pretty good yaw. It does really tight funnels, and the pitch on this thing is really, really deep. Even in low rates, it'll still pitch like that much. So low rates is awesome, and then mid rates, and then high rates. This thing is crazy. It's like so fast, and it's definitely my favorite because it's super aggressive, which is just how I like it. You have about a 10-second LVC warning, so not too long, but you know, not that bad. And I also discovered that it doesn't have it marked anywhere, but if you put both sticks to the outside down corners, it will enter headless mode and then do that again to get out of it. And the headless on this, I found, actually works really well. Like, I had it, I don't know why, but this headless seemed to work really good. I was spinning around, going forward and backwards, and then it got off a little bit, but as I kept doing it more, it came back, and then I haven't, I'll try some in my flight review, but it seemed to be working really good, which is super, super surprising for headless on a $16 quad, when it's usually, like, pretty much trash. It does really nice flips, and it has a lot of power due to these props, and they're super efficient, it seems. And overall, it just looks super cool in the air. Let's see, what else? It's pretty tough. I've crashed it a ton of times and not even a scratch on it, and the props are a lot stronger than the CX10 style props, so great durability on this one. So, and the prop guard's really nice. And now I wouldn't say it's necessarily for a beginner because the rates are pretty high on it. However, it's super durable, long flight times, and a good prop guard, so that's and it's super cheap, so that's a good indication for a beginner. So I'd say it's pretty much for everyone because, I mean, at low rates it'd be okay, but for a beginner, and on high rates, this thing is crazy, even for an expert. It's just so awesome, and I really, really like it, and it's only $16. I got mine from Banggood, and it just looks really cool. As you can see, the skull design there. And then the battery just slides in underneath and then plugs in, so that's pretty nice. And overall, it's just an amazing quad, I think. Definitely worth like $30, not even $16. So there we go. That was my review of the Huiying Toys GW008 Mini Skull. So now let's go check it out in flight. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the Huiying Toys GW008 Mini Skull. As you can see here, I have the prop guard attached, and this thing's just so awesome. And I have it bound to the stock controller here. And I'll start off in low rates. I'll take it down on the ground to recalibrate it, and you do that by putting both sticks down into the middle, and then the lights will blink and they'll recalibrate. So now it's bringing up, and I'll trim it out for you. So without even any trim, just a tiny bit of throttle management. Just managing the throttle, as you can see here. I'm still not touching the remote. That's really, really stable, rock solid hover, as you can see there, so that's awesome. And now here is the one constant yaw rate that it has. So you can see pretty decent yaw. Nothing crazy fast, but very good. I like this yaw. It definitely suits this model. You can see there, nice yaw. And now let's just look at it up close first. You can see the eyes are lit up with LEDs in the front there. And it does indeed look like a little skull. It's got a nose and stuff. And the props are red in the front, white in the back, which is good. And overall, it just looks really awesome. And then from underneath, there's LED panels. So really nice in appearance too. And now here is low rates pitch. So as you can see, even in low rates, it pitches quite a bit. That's more than some quads high rates. And it's kind of snappy, as you can see there. So really not for beginners. I mean, it's sort of, but you know, I wouldn't. Not the best, but it'd be a decent option. Test out the prop guard real quick. it works pretty well. It's just you can't hit stuff too hard or else it'll do that. But as you can see, it works pretty well overall. And it does go against the ceiling. You can see there. So, pretty nice prop guard. And this thing gets like 6 minutes even with it on. So, this great little nano quad. It gets lots of flight time. And I'm still in low rates if you haven't noticed. Okay, so now we are in mid rates and the yaw is the same, but here's the new pitch. As you can see, there's the pitch, quite a bit more. And now let's go to high rates. So that's high rates pitch, so you can see really nice pitch, like 45-degree angle on that. So really nice deep pitch. Now here is a high rates funnel with the full yaw and pitch, so that's really good. You can see that's holding really well, and that's just amazing. Doing it really nice in this tight, small space. So that's really nice. Let's fly around real quick. Just do a little bit of flying. So you can see this thing is super maneuverable indoors, and it just loves funnel turns. You can see it just so awesome for expert or intermediate flyers. It's just so responsive, and it's got great yaw and pitch, so that's awesome. So let's bring it back and do some flips. You do that, you just click the flip button down the remote and then give it input. As you can see, it does really nice flips, even with the prop guard on. It's plenty of power. As you can see, very nice flips. So that's pretty nice. Pretty much an all-around amazing quad. Okay, let's put it back in low rates and low rates funnel. You can see a little bit tighter since the yaw is the same as in high rates and has lower pitch. So, you know, this thing's just awesome all around. And I think that was good enough for indoors because I'm going to do an outdoor flight too. So let's bring it in for landing. And there we go. That was my indoor flight of the Huiying Toys GW008 mini skull. So now let's take outside. I'll take the prop guard off, and I usually don't do an outdoor flight for something this small, but it's just so awesome and it's so fast. I want to show you how fast you can go. So let's go check that out. Okay, here we are for the outdoor flight of the Huiying Toys GW008 mini skull. As you can see, I've removed the prop guard and I have gloves on because it's super cold out right now. So let's start off with a hand launch. See, very good there. Let me trim it just a little bit. There's a little tiny bit of wind. Okay, so here is the full yaw that it has. It has one constant yaw. You can see there, that's the one constant yaw. Pretty good, you know, decent yaw there. And then here is low rates pitch. As you can see, even on low rates, very good. And now this thing is pretty quiet without the prop guard. The props are very efficient, powerful, and quiet. So let's just do a low rate funnel here. You can see that's low rates. Now let's mid rates, so the yaw stays the same, and then the pitch gets a little bit more. As you can see there, pretty deep pitch. Now here's high rates, so even more pitch. So this thing has a lot of pitch, which allows it to do very nice funnels and high rates. As you can see there, it's a funnel. And I've had no issues with range with this. As you can hear, it's very quiet. Let me just fly it around here in high rates. Very quiet. Even with all that pitch, it still has enough power to go up out of it. See, I did it. Manual flip there. Does pretty well, actually. What I'm doing is I'm just giving forward pitch and throttle, and then as I go, I drop them both down, and it'll do a flip. And now you can also do flips with the button. If you click the button, there's a little flip button right here. You click that and then give a direction on your right stick, and it'll do a flip in that direction. As you can see, very nice flips. Plenty of power, great recovery on them. You can see, whoop, kinda doing too many in a row there, but no problem. Let's just fly around a little bit more. This thing is so awesome. It's definitely my favorite, like, nano. I mean, It's a nano micro because it's in between a nano and a micro. But the controller's pretty good. It's a little bit small. It's not my favorite controller, but for the price, when I bought it, it was $16, but now it's gone up to $18. But that's still, it could go up to $30, and it'd still easily be worth it. It's just such a great quad. I've had no issues with range, but I'm not saying push it. I just keep it close to you. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good range. Super quiet. Just looks so awesome. I'll definitely be doing a night flight with it. Get it up close. Wet now because it was in the grass. Hit the camera a little bit. You can see it just looks awesome. And that little skull face there, hopefully you can see, just looks so cool. And the flight times, the pitch and yaw, the power, the quietness, the awesome prop guard, this thing is pretty much the best all around of everything I've ever had. It's not the biggest, not the fastest, not the cheapest. I actually had some cheaper than that, but this thing is just amazing value for price, and it's an amazing flyer. Okay, I think that was good enough. Okay, so there we go. That was my review of the Huiying Toys GW008 Mini Skull. And like I said, I can't stress it enough, you need to buy this thing. It's so awesome. It'd be a decent one for beginners. Yaw and pitch are a little bit fast and low, but it does have a good prop guard, which help you out. And definitely room for experts and intermediates to advance up through. So that was my review. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.